Hello everyone and welcome to IMRT Reviews. IMRT, and today we're doing a bit more of a personal video and hopefully getting to know me a little bit more and getting to know you a little bit more down in the comments below. Because I'm talking about why I love movies and hopefully you can tell me why you love movies down in the comments below after this video. So let's get straight into it. So I am 22 years old. I live in England, if you couldn't already tell by my accent. I live near London, and I have loved movies for as long as I can remember. My mum used to pop them on for me when I was 4 to 5 years old, all the time, and growing up, of course. And I used to sit there and watch the same movie over and over and over again, driving my mum up the wall. But I had fun with it all at the time. Stuff like Monsters Inc. and everything like that. I just loved watching over and over again. My other go-to movies at the time would have been the Tigger movie, Tarzan, Treasure Planet, Atlantis, and Dinosaurs, the Disney movie. There's a funny story of that film. I had it on DVD when I was a young one, and I watched that movie so much that the DVD actually stopped working, which is apparently meant to be impossible. But my child self was like, I'm going to watch this film until the end of time. And I did, because it shortly died because I watched it that much. So that is a achievement for me. I am proud of it, and I've never heard anyone else do the same thing. So if you have done that, if you've broken a DVD or a Blu-ray or something like that by watching it so much, let me know. As I got a little bit older, I became a massive fan of the Scooby-Doo movies, including the animated ones. I love the animated Scooby-Doo movies, but especially the live-action ones. And I recently found out that Scooby-Doo 2... I can't actually remember the full name of that movie, which is kind of upsetting. But the Scooby-Doo 2 was actually written by James Gunn, and he's one of my favourite directors. And I've just thought that was awesome. Like, I was watching something he'd made when I was younger, and I didn't even know about it, which was awesome. And then I became a massive Harry Potter fan, like a fanatic, basically. Me and my mum went to see all of them at the cinema. I literally can remember Sirius Black dying in the cinema. I can remember Dobby dying in the cinema, and me thinking, is this what pain feels like? Because I don't like it. But yeah, I started to develop, what I loved basically, and it just carried on growing. Now, at the time, obviously I was quite young. I wasn't fully aware of how much of a fan of movies that I watched. My mum was. That's why she always sat me down, put them on for me, but I wasn't yet. But that all changed when the Marvel Cinematic Universe came along. As a child, I always wanted to be Iron Man. I loved Iron Man, which is kind of weird now because in Civil War I was Team Cap all the way. But when I was 14, me and my mum were getting ready to see The Avengers, and I almost didn't go because I was being a bit of an idiot and wouldn't put my coat on. But thankfully, I did, because that day in the cinema, I experienced one of my favourite memories of my entire life. So I was sat there in my seat. The Battle of New York was just beginning, and Iron Man was flying towards the sky portal, firing rockets at the incoming Chitauri. And I remember sitting in my seat, gripping both handles tightly, and going in awe of what I was seeing on the screen. Because that moment for me, I was like, this is amazing. This is it. This is everything I've ever wanted. And I can remember that feeling like it was yesterday, because that was such a special moment to me. And that is just movie magic right there, that I just, like, it's goosebumps. My hair is going up just thinking about that moment, and it's one of my favourite memories. And people always get weirded out when I tell them that. They're like, what are you on about? But it's one of my favourite memories. I just loved sitting in the cinema that day and seeing my hero, Iron Man, going up to face the Chitauri all alone, and it was epic. And from that day, I was a massive superhero movie fan. Marvel, DC, because obviously that was around the time that the Dark Knight trilogy was wrapping up. I loved everything and anything superhero. But the year I became a movie fan was the year of 2014. That year started off with me discovering a weird little movie. Now, don't judge me, okay? But this film that blew me away was Pain and Gain, directed by Michael Bay, who I've had to say some strong things about, because I really hate Transformers 4 and 5. I will keep saying this until the end of time. But this film Even though I see the flaws in it now, I do still love it. I do, but I know it is a flawed movie. At the time, I was like, whoa, this is bonkers. This is amazing. And from there, I was like, I need to find the next great movie. Something new, something fresh. I need to find something else. Captain America, The Winter Soldier was that film. Now, I was meant to see that film at the cinema, but the girl I was going with was late, and I ended up not seeing it. I didn't see it at the cinema. It's still one of my biggest life regrets. Because when I did see it, when I was at home, my mum got it for me. I popped it in the DVD player, and the film ended. And I sat there for 5 minutes, and then I played it again, because it was that amazing. And I didn't see it at the cinema, people. I took a massive L that day. What can I say? If there's ever a screening at a cinema, I will be there to watch it on the big screen. This is when my life just changed massively, because I wanted to find out what people thought of these movies I liked. I wanted to learn about movies a lot more. I ended up going on YouTube, searching up reviews, and this is when I found the YouTube channel Jeremy Jahns. Now, I love Jeremy Jahns. He is such a massive fan of movies, and he talks about them with so much energy that at the time, I sat there and just watched all of his reviews. And then I got to a certain film's review called Whiplash. Now, he gave this film an awesome-tacular, and I was like, okay, he's spoken about this extremely highly. Let's check it out. So this little movie here led to me checking out Oscar movies seriously for the first time, and I watched this film. It blew me away, so I was like, okay, I'm going to watch all the other Oscar-nominated movies and then watch the Oscars. And that's what I've tried to do every single year since. I normally miss like 2 films, but I tried to watch as many as I can so I can try and predict the awards and who I'd give them to and everything like that. And from then on, I wanted to know more and more about film, understanding filmmaking, and then that led to me finding one of my all-time favourite YouTubers in Chris Stuckman. Now, Chris Stuckman is a massive hero of mine. I've watched all of his movie reviews, and I still to this day check out every single one, because I just love his opinion on movies, and he's taught me so much about filmmaking and what to see on screen and everything like that, and it made me appreciate movies so much more. And now, when I was watching all these movies for the first time, watching his reviews for the first time, I didn't really have anyone to talk to about movies as passionately as I want to. Apart from my mum. My mum was always there to listen to my rants about different films and how passionate I was about Captain America, The Winter Soldier, Whiplash, etc. So I'm very thankful for my mum for listening to me all those times. But with Chris Stuckman, it was great listening to someone that spoke about movies the same way that I did, essentially. And I've just got to thank him for that, for putting up his videos and everything like that, because I was like, it's so cool to hear someone talk about the movies the same way I did. From that moment on, I knew I was a movie fan. I mean, I started writing my own movies. I did a Indiana Jones cinematic universe, like a whole trilogy, and spin-off movies made of characters of my own, design. And I did Joker scripts, I did Pablo Escobar movies, I did short films that I've actually started making now. There's 2 on this channel, please check them out if that's something you'd be interested in. But this is why I made this channel, to talk about movies, something that I love so much, and in the hope that people connect with my words the same way that I connected with Chris Stuckman's, and just hear someone talk about movies in an enthusiastic and passionate way. Let's face it, the real world is cruel and tough, and then everyone wants to escape now and then, and having the ability to touch a button, put in a film, and go off to stories and galaxies far and wide is something that is just so magical. And movies just make me feel something. When I watch a movie, I'm not gonna lie, 50% of the time I end up in tears, because I always fully invest myself into the story. I mean, spoilers if you haven't seen Zack Snyder's Justice League, but when I saw The Flash, oh, hold on, click off if you haven't seen it. 3, 2, 1. Let's talk about the spoilers. When I saw Zack Snyder's Justice League and The Flash going back in time for the first time, I was in tears. I got to see The Flash go back in time on the big screen, big budget movie for the first time. And he's like that. You had the beautiful score, incredible, and it's just movie magic. I just love how they make me feel, and I love escaping to worlds far away. Connecting with content creators on this channel has been incredible. Seeing lots of people talk passionately about movies in the same way I do will never not move me. I absolutely love it, and I'm checking out everyone's content, with people commenting down below and people that pop up, because I just want to get to know people on this platform and see what they're doing as well, what they love. You know, that's the best thing about it, is movies bring people together. And I hope that I can keep building a community on this channel, keep meeting more content creators, and just see where it goes. I want to say a massive thank you to my mum and Chris Stuckman for getting my passion to where it is now. I love movies so much, and that's all thanks to my mum and Chris Stuckman. That's such a weird sentence. My mum and this YouTube reviewer. What a strange world, eh? I'm RT. If you did enjoy this video, and if you do enjoy the passion I have for movies, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.